I wanted to piggyback off that last video I just dropped, because something this really y'all can use this as an example. All right, y'all can use all of this as an example on why you cannot afford to be lazy. You cannot afford to be lazy and to not take care of business, because it's simple, like something I was pondering on. Like, in a few weeks, it will be Thanksgiving, all right? And then a few weeks after that, it will be Christmas, all right? Now, and I remember I told y'all in the other video, my vehicle's in the shop, right? Now, 2 days prior, my wife's vehicle was in the shop. That's finished, that's taken care of. I wanted mine to be last. I knew it was going to be a bit pricey, which was fine. But the point I want to really make is, look, I'm going to be honest. Go to your kids and say, get all your kids, sit them down and say, hey, I want baby to buy Christmas gifts this year because daddy got to get his truck fixed. Or I'm behind on the mortgage, so I have to pay the mortgage instead of giving y'all Christmas gifts. And ain't nobody, listen. Them kids don't want to hear that. They looking at their friends, man, my friends got all these gifts. Why we can't? The short answer, your father's lazy. That's the short answer. You got a sorry daddy. I'm sorry. You have a sorry daddy. He didn't want to put in the grind. He didn't want to work the weekends. He wanted to stay home. That's why. That's why your Christmas sucks, because you have a sorry father. That's why you're in the predicament you're in, because you have a sorry spouse or a sorry husband or a sorry boyfriend. Because it all boils down to the man. The woman, it's not on the woman. It's on that sorry man, right? And if you look at it, if you really sit back and look at it, right? The predicament you have created for yourself, whether it be good or bad, it was all up to the seconds, the minutes, the hours, the days, the months, the years that led up to that. Now, if a man was grinding and on his purpose, everything will fall in line. Well, man, it ain't all about grinding and working. It's not. I never said it was about grinding and working. I never said it was about grinding. It's about being on your purpose. And nobody else is going to understand your purpose but you. Because the outside world looking in and saying, man, all that man doing is working. They don't see, they're not giving the tree enough time to produce fruit. The tree got to go through the growing stages to produce fruit. You have to go through the growing stages to get your life to where you want it to be. And then once you finally get it to where you want it to be, you know what everybody gonna say? Well, everybody ain't able. Everybody ain't able. Everybody can't do it. Must be nice. Listen, man, listen. I do not apologize for the grind. I don't. I never have, and I never will. Okay? I never have, and I never will, and I do not care how nobody feel about it. I really don't. You're really wasting your time telling me some of the things you're telling me about the grind. Because like I say, which leads up to the predicament I'm in right now, I got to drop a chunk of money to get my vehicle fixed. That's nothing to cry about. That's called being a responsible adult. That's called being a responsible adult. Well, I can swipe the credit card. Go ahead. That bill's still going to be waiting on you. Guess who's going to pay it? Ain't nobody going to pay it but you. But you. Now, if you want to listen. I try not to make everything about money and grinding and working. But when you sit back and look at it, right, you got a whole family you got to provide for. It's not just you. If it was just you as a single man, then I'd be like, yeah, man, you kind of being greedy. But when you have a whole family to provide for, you need to be on your grind and you need to be on your purpose, because you really can't just slack. You really can't slack. Now, imagine if I didn't prepare. Imagine if I wasn't able to prepare all year, and then a monkey wrench is thrown in the plans after the season is over. Right now, my business is in a slow phase of the season. We doing a little bit of jobs here and there, but it ain't like how it was in summer when that bread was rolling in. It's slow. I can't buy the kids Christmas this year because I got to get my truck fixed. I'm going to be honest. Don't nobody want to hear that. Don't nobody want to hear that. Don't nobody want to hear that. I don't care if they say they do. Don't nobody want to hear that junk. Don't nobody want to hear it. Don't nobody want to hear that. I don't care. Okay, it's fine. It's not fine. Nobody care about that. Nobody care about the struggles you going through. You're a man. You're supposed to go through the struggles and the hardships and the hard times, and you're supposed to be able to deal with it. Deal with it. Handle the hard stuff. Go make the money and provide for the family. Look, all them ain't the labor pains. We don't want to hear that. Just make it happen. Make it happen. We don't care what you're going through. And look, and the sad part is, a lot of y'all just think I'm talking. And the reality is, that's how it is for a man. He got to deal with it. Especially when you got a family, you have to deal with it. See, I don't have no problem dealing with it. I understand I got to deal with it. I understand. I'm not calling nobody. Hey, man, I'm short for Christmas this year, man. You think you can help me out on some toys? Man, my truck in the shop, man, and I ain't really got the money to fix it. You need to get sound like you need a second. You know what they're going to say? Sound like you need a second job. Sound like you should have budgeted your money more. See, he arrogant. He cocky. His price is too high. It's a reason. It's a reason your price is too high. It's a reason you sound cocky. Listen. People get upset with me when they invite me to, they will invite me to things they have planned, events, and I say, no, I can't go. I'm on the grind right now. It's more to life than working. Let me call that same guy. Hey, man. Yeah, man, my bad. I couldn't make that barbecue last week. Say, bro, you think I could borrow $2,000? $2,000? Yeah. What you need? $2,000? My truck in the shop, man. I need to get it fixed. I ain't got no money. That sounds like a personal problem. I'm telling you. Get in the jam. Get in the jam where you need some real money and start going through your phone list. See who's going to help you. Because not only that, when you call somebody and borrow some money from them, you're putting them in a jam as well, because they have labored and grinded to save that money for an emergency for them. Now you calling me borrowing money because you didn't prepare. So you didn't prepare. I'm sorry, I wanted to take every weekend off. Think it's a game. There's nobody coming to save you. Ain't nobody coming to save you. There's nobody coming to save you. The sad reality is, y'all think it's a game out here. See, us men, we know. The real men, we know. The real men know, man, if we don't get that stuff done, ain't nobody gonna get it done for us. See, the real men know that. They know that. At my full-time job, I work around some of the sorriest men on the face of this earth. And I don't understand how your wife can lay there, you being that sorry and lazy and putting your family in a predicament that y'all are in. What you mean? Listen, man. Listen. If your spouse got to catch a ride to work, and you got to catch a ride to work, somebody's not on their grind. Well, man, that's harsh. You don't know what they're going through. Nobody cares. Nobody cares what you're going through. Nobody cares what Gibson's Lawn Service going through. I got a text today. Hey, you think you're going to be able to make it to come do my yard tomorrow? I could be laying in the hospital sick. You know what they're going to do? They're going to call somebody else. Oh, okay, he's sick. Let me call somebody else. It's real out here. Nobody coming to save you, man. Nobody coming to save you. And guess what? Your spouse ain't going to sit there with you, let you lose the house, lose the car. She's not going to sleep under a bridge with you. Well, she love me. She's not going to sleep under a bridge with you. She will go back to her parents' house, her siblings' house, her auntie house, or her friend's house. She's not going to sleep under a bridge with you. That's the sad reality that y'all need to understand. And see, I know that. Well, man, you sound like you supposed to be a Christian. That don't sound like you keeping God first. You talking about the same God that say if a man can't provide for if a man can't provide for the ones of his own house, he's worse than an infidel? The same God that say, a man don't work, he don't eat. Man don't work, he should not eat. That God. Okay. Listen, I'm going to keep grinding over here and trying to make things work instead of taking every weekend off, leaving work early, going to barbecues and pool parties. Y'all can hate me. I really don't care. Because when it's said and done, I can't call you and say, hey man, let me borrow $2,000.